Howling Village is the newest film from the director of The Grudge, or Ju-on. And this was one that I was, I guess, slightly looking forward to. I will say right up front, I'm not a huge fan of J-horror. Japanese horror has never really been something that I've been crazy big on, but I'd like to give it another chance. I did buy like a ton of them just when Hastings was still around, Hastings.com, and they used to have these sales where you could buy like 2 get 1 free, and they were like $2-3 a piece. And I just bought the Ring movies and the Grudge movies and the One Missed Calls and the whatever was in that classification that had more than one movie. I was like buying Ring, Ringu 1, 2, Raisin, freaking, all of them. I was just like, screw it. Like, one day I'll get to them. And one day I intend to. But as I said, I'm not a huge fan of this kind of style of horror, because a lot of Japanese horror has a very similar kind of vibe to it. And so I went into this one, and this is about a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I don't know. I think she's a psychologist. And her brother, let's say, the movie opens with this young girl going to the Howling Village. It's this like little town around them that, no one really knows where it is anymore, this and that. She finds it, she films there, and when she comes back, she's completely gone. Something happens to her and the person she was there with. And when she comes back, she's fucked up. And this kid is in a relationship with her, and his sister comes home, our main character, and she, checks on her, looks after her. And after a tragedy happens, the brother goes and wants to investigate this, which then leads the sister into it as well. And she starts kind of looking into the Howling Village. This is a, haunted village movie. And it feels very Japanese. I will say, the first hour, I was really into it. I was like so into it that I was like, I'm going to go check out more Japanese horror, all the stuff up on my shelf. I was really, really into it. I thought the music was fantastic. Very low key, not overly, verbose or anything. It's not like in your face. It's not super loud or anything. It's kind of more background, but it also complements and heightens. So I thought it was really subtly great. I was really into the music a lot. I kept remarking on it the entire film. To this lady right here, actually. Hi, honey. Little cameo appearance talking about Howling Village.
Ooh.
But
Dog.
it was around about the hour 10-minute mark, where things got just a little silly for me. And overall, I did like the movie a good amount. Mostly because of that first hour. And even in the sillier later half of the film, I still liked things going on within there. I just found that it tried to over-explain itself a little bit, and it wasn't exactly necessary, and it more confused me. It actually plays with time and all sorts of things. And that just kind of got a little convoluted for me, to the point where I kind of felt lost, and I was looking over at Kaylee being like, what the fuck is happening now? Like, who's this person? What's happening? And why are these people this? And dog killers and what? And then they make this very interesting, bizarre choice of a villainous character that is a hybrid of sorts. And that to me just didn't work. Like, I found it to be rather silly. And that kind of hurt it. And there was also some like visual distortion going on a lot of the characters later in the movie that made them look like they were blurry, and the effect looked cheap and kind of took me out of the film, as to where earlier in the movie I never felt like I was taken out of the film. So it was just kind of a very front-loaded film for me. That first hour really landed very well. I was super into it. There was a lot of what the fuck moments and things that were happening, and I was like, whoa, what was that? Whoa, what did I just see? Things that you have to like question, and a lot of really great subtle horror as well, where you just see things in the corner that they don't pay any attention to. You either saw it or you didn't, and it really kind of just starts playing tricks on your eyes and in your mind, and then you start looking everywhere for everything, and you become kind of paranoid. I love that shit. I love that shit, and this film was filled with it in the first hour. And in the maybe the last 30, 40 minutes of it, it kept taking me out in their attempts of exposition and of kind of trying to amp up what's going on. And I don't know, it didn't fully work for me, but it's not a full failure by any means. I actually recommend the movie, and I quite enjoyed the film. There was just things that took me out, and that was kind of a shame. But outside of that, a good time, and definitely worth a look. It's available to rent right now on VOD. You get it on Vudu or Amazon or whatever. I got it on Vudu, $5. Totally worth it to me. And I'll let you guys know if I check out any of the Ring movies, Grudge movies. I'm sure Kaylee would be all about it. She seems to like these movies. In fact, I think she liked this one more than I did. And she's more of a fan of this style of film. But one of the better ones I've seen for sure. Just didn't stick the landing for me personally, but other than that, good stuff. Let me know if you watch it. Adios.